Commander Major Farr, General Staff. Welcome to the War Office. This is where you choose your next duty. Campaign, skirmish, or ranked. I will keep the tour short. This is your account file. You can continue locally, but that progress stays on this device. Sign in or link an account if you want cross-platform progress, multiplayer access, and ranked operations. Campaign is your service record. It begins in France with the British Expeditionary Force under Captain Haldane. Start here for your first posting, and the story of your command.
Lieutenant, Captain Haldane, C Company. Welcome to France. We are billeted near Étaples while the BEF gets itself organized. For now, number 2 platoon is yours, under my supervision. This is your desk. Orders, reports, service notes, and company diary entries will gather here. Read what is in front of you before you start moving men on the map. Start with the theatre file. We are in France, and the company has only just settled in. Double-click Battle for France to open its campaign files. Now double-click the campaign file. The papers call it the phony war. To the men, it is billets, rain, road moves, and waiting. That is still soldiering. Open the first diary entry. Follow the company's journey from the Channel to Étaples, then file each entry as you go. I'll see you at the training ground, Lieutenant.
September 1939. Britain is at war once again. The British Expeditionary Force crosses the Channel, expecting a long campaign. Men and machines move through Southampton, Calais, railheads, wet roads, and unfamiliar villages. Poland has fallen. France is waiting. Few believe the fighting will reach the BEF before winter. The 18th of September, 1939. C Company came ashore at Calais before dawn. Rain over the harbour, cranes moving in the dark, transport backed along the quayside. The French port workers watched the unloading with quiet interest. The men were tired, but in good order. The depot is crowded with crates, petrol tins, vehicle parts, and men looking for the right queue. Blankets short, tea late, trucks still being sorted. Captain Haldane says the company will not move well until its paperwork and wheels are both in order. We marched inland through villages that seemed pleased to see us. Children waved at the carriers. Some of the lads waved back until the sergeant put a stop to it. There is talk that nothing much will happen before spring. No one is betting their pay on it. October 1939. C Company has reached the training ground at Étaples, where the war feels less like a headline and more like mud, cold tea, and shouted orders in the dark. The men are learning how quickly a neat line on a map becomes hedges, ditches, stalled lorries, and wireless sets that choose the worst moment to sock. Captain Haldane keeps the company moving from one problem to the next. Deploy, take ground, hold it, and do it again before anyone has time to feel clever. There is no glory in it yet, just practice, mistakes, and the slow business of turning new arrivals into a company that can be trusted when the quiet finally breaks. Étaples is our classroom. Hedges, sheds, mud, and an umpire force determined to make fools of us. It is still training, but Haldane watches as if it matters. I am learning that sections do not move because one draws arrows on a map. They move because somebody has made the next bound simple enough to believe.
Morning, Lieutenant. Farr speaking for the exercise staff. Étaples is not the front, but today you will treat it as ground worth taking. Red Force are our own men under umpire control. Keep number 2 platoon together, watch the flags, and give clear orders. Your task is the farmyard. Select a section and move them into the capture ring. Hold it until the flag changes. Select a section, Lieutenant, then right-click the farmyard. Infantry must be inside the ring before the flag will move. The flag will not raise itself, Lieutenant. Keep your infantry in the yard until the post changes hands.
A brisk stroll. They're shooting!
You have enough reserve points for another section. Use the left-hand roster, then mark their entry point.
Now right-click on the ground inside the deployment area to bring them in.
Good. Now keep them together. A section arriving alone is a lesson for the casualty board. You could use the barn for cover. Put a section inside and they'll be able to take advantage of the added protection and elevation from the upper levels. Watch the score bar at the top. Holding the yard bleeds their exercise reserves and keeps yours alive. Light mortars are released. Open tactical aids and choose the mortar barrage. Now mark the red section east of the farm. This will be a nice surprise.
Haldane here. B Company is stepping off into Bois de Mormal. This is a patrol, not a parade. Keep the section closed up, take the forest clearing, and report anything German beyond the timber line. First bound is the clearing. Do not drift into the trees by sections. A patrol that arrives in fragments becomes a search party for itself. Good. Now move. The rifles lead. The headquarters section keeps eyes open, and nobody fires until there is something worth telling brigade.
Shit.
Clearing taken. Patrol reports German voices east of the trees. Hold your nerve and push a screen toward the ridge outpost. Recon and light artillery are authorized, but do not spend shells on guesses. Find the screen, fix it, then ask the guns to make the decision easier. Ridge is ours. Hold both posts long enough for the report to matter.
Magazine's jammed.
I was having a perfectly miserable day until they showed
Magazine's
up.
jammed.
I was having a perfectly miserable day until they showed up.
Morning, Lieutenant. Major Farr speaking for the exercise staff. Today is not a yard drill, it is a brigade problem. Village, ridge, crossroads, bridge, and a sister company moving on your flank. Keep the whole board in mind.
If anyone tells you armor cannot move through the Ardennes, ask whether the enemy was consulted. Put your reconnaissance forward, then make the plan fit the ground.
Bellamy, C Company. We are taking the southern lane, Lieutenant. Try not to make Haldane regret lending you the company.
Steady, Bellamy. Lieutenant, you have the company for this problem. I will keep the road moving. You make the decisions forward. Haldane here. The company is yours today, Lieutenant. I'm counting on you. Send your reconnaissance forward first, with the dingoes in support. Keep the Matildas back until you know what is ahead. They are useful at distance, but vulnerable to anti-tank guns and close assault if you drive them in blind.
First objective is the frontier village. Infantry clears the houses, armor supports from ground, it can actually leave again.
Village secured. Push to the crossroads before the umpires turn this into a traffic lesson. Keep supply close enough to matter, not close enough to die first.
Crossroads taken. Now look south. That bridge is the hinge of the exercise. Get anti-tank guns watching the approaches before the Red Force makes a point of it.
now do not admire the map. Hold the bridge, feed the guns, and use artillery when it saves men rather than when it flatters the observer.
Final minutes, Lieutenant. This is now about control. Village for observation, ridge for...
Perfectly miserable day until they showed up. 2 pounds already. That's the English. That figures. I hear you.
Rolling up this engine runs on spike.
C Company is up on your flank. Give us a hinge, and we will put weight through it.